Yep. Okay. All right. So, in the introduction, we discuss about this. Yeah. So now we know what equality is and what equity is. In economics, we always focus on equity. Okay. So when we are talking about income distribution, okay, we try to make it fair, right? Yeah. But what is fair? See, fair, this word is such a normative statement, right? Yeah, because so to you, when it comes to income distribution, what do you think is fair? Come on, just any ideas? Yeah, what do you think? So after a few years, you finish all your studies and you go to work. What are you going to expect when it comes to income distribution? What will make you happy when it comes to the fairness of income distribution? Come on, yeah. Any opinions? There's no right or wrong answer because it's a normative statement. Any opinions? Come on. Yeah, what is really fair? What? No one has any ideas? Come on. Everyone has, okay, enough to sustain their living, but yeah, I can get more if they're willing to work for it. I think that's very good, right? So we are trying to make at least more and more people, when they are earning income, they are able to sustain their living. So that could be a sense of fairness. Yeah. Anything else? Anything else? And also, well, there's actually one more thing that you pointed out. If you're willing to work more, then you deserve to get more. And that's good. Yeah. Anything else that you believe that should be fair? Any other ideas? It's okay, right? No, just Ian. Come on. Yeah, because last time when we talked about economics, at the end, look, this is the ultimate purpose of learning this subject, right? Yeah, because we want to improve the well-being of our society. Yeah, and this is one of them. So we're trying to make people more happy, when they're living in this world here. So fairness. Okay. No any ideas? Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay. Well, when it comes to fairness, look, even though you can see here, I said this one is equity, right? Yeah. But this is just my opinion. Okay. This is just my opinion, right? If the income distribution can be distributed based on the ability of different people, then it should be more fair. So this is just my opinion. Okay, it doesn't mean that this picture absolutely represents equity. Okay, it's just my opinion. All right, yeah, but for equality, yeah, that's for sure. Okay, because from the definition we know, when people the income is distributed equally, that's equality. Okay, but from different people, we will see a different point of view about equity, like what is fair. Okay, to me this is fair. Okay, to some people, yeah, this might be fair. Okay, right? If you put more efforts, maybe then you will get more boxes. If you don't put any efforts, then you don't get to see the game, right? Or maybe some people, they would think, yeah, it doesn't really matter if you are able to get inside, okay, to the court, right? Everyone should have the right to watch the game. So why not we just remove the fans, right? Yeah. So different people, they have different opinions about fairness, okay, right? And yeah. And that is the reason why in economics, look, there are so many schools of thoughts about fairness, okay, or what you call equity in the distribution of income. Okay, so there are so many arguments, yeah, throughout the timeline, throughout the history, and right now, most of the countries around the world, we would say the pursuit of equity in the distribution of income is usually interpreted as the pursuit of greater equality. Okay, right? But I would say, look, this statement here cannot be true or false because it's just a normative statement. All right? Yeah, someday later, if you have better finding, then you can say, no, this is wrong. Yeah. And equity should be something else. Okay, but right now, this is the trend. Okay, this is the trend. Now, people, they do believe equity should be equality. Okay, so when you're reading books, okay, you will see those two words, they are interchangeable. Okay, when they are talking about equity in the distribution of income, they are also talking about the equality in the distribution of income. Okay, so from here, so this is what we believe. So if people they have equal income distribution, that's equity, that's fair. Okay, that is fair. And that's why the government nowadays, they are always trying to reduce the income gap. Okay, yeah, well, pretty sure they are not able to make it 100% equal, but they're just trying to reduce the income gap so that the distribution of income can be more equal. Okay, so this is what we have to understand for now. Okay, so this is just a trend, okay, in our modern society. Okay, it doesn't mean that that's the answer. All right, okay, yeah. But what about this? If you have to answer this question here, what do you think? So yes or no? Are we free from the unequal income distribution in this world? Are we? Yes or no? Come on. No, obviously no. Yeah, because when you take a look of yourself, then it's not true. Okay? No, not really. Okay? No. Right? But can you just tell me why there's a problem in the distribution of income? Why there is unequal income distribution? Why? Yeah, capitalism, right? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, a worsen poverty. Yeah, but when you're talking about, yeah. So are you trying to supplement the answer from Leo, Michelle? But Leo, I think you can explain more from capitalism. So why capitalism is the reason for such issue here? Or any other people here, if you want to explain this very briefly, like why there's a problem, okay, for this unequal income distribution. Go on, any opinions, go on, ideas. It's all good. Just throw some ideas in the chat. Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. So now I see the messages. Okay. Because the rich can invest on some businesses. So yeah. So it's like a snowball effect. Yeah, I believe this is what you are trying to say. Yeah, when you're getting rich, you will be getting richer. Yeah, when you're poor, then you will not be able to invest. Then you're getting poor, always poor, right? Yeah, they can afford better services, skills, right? You are better educated, right? Rich people, they have more resources that allow, them to have advantages, right? Yeah, okay, that's very good. Um, no, not in the nature of the job. No, we are focusing on income, just income. Yeah, just income, and like what is fair when we are earning income. Okay, right? Yep, and equality is what we are focusing on right now. Yeah, based on you know the current trend. Yeah. So right now, so fair is basically equality. Okay, yeah, because of what people see nowadays. Okay, yeah. Okay, all right. So yeah, so that's why when we talk about equality, is actually equity. Okay, when we talk about equity, is actually equality. But once again, this is not the absolute answer. Okay, because the statement itself is a normative statement, so it cannot be true or false. Okay, all right. Yeah, someday later, when you find that is not true, then you can make up your own normative statement, a new normative statement, like to me, fairness should be something else. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so here, well, let's get back to here. Yeah. So you when you see the chat here, okay, based on the economic system that we are in, and that's why, look, you have such answers. Okay, some people, when they have more resources, they're gonna get more and more and more resources. Some people, when they have less resources, then they always have less resources. They always stay poor. Yeah, that's really bad, right? Some people, they have more lands, and I don't even have any land. Yeah, is it because I don't deserve to have land? Yeah, some people, they have factories, and I don't even get to have factories. Yeah, is it because I don't deserve any factories? Yeah, that's the problem. Okay, so how are you going to fix it? When people, they have more lands, when people, they have more capital, when people, they have higher human capital, how do you make it more fair then? Because we all know that look, it should be fair, right? Yeah. When you have this, then I should be entitled to this kind of resources as well. So how do you do it? How do you make it more fair? So if you're the government, so how are you going to do it? Yeah, let's talk about land. Some people, they have more land, and you don't even have a land. So how should we do it? Any ideas? No. Well, any ideas? Like, should we just kill all the landlords, and then we take their lands and we distribute the land equally to other people? Yeah. If people, they're earning higher income because they have more knowledge, should we just kill the people who have knowledge so everyone is equal? There are so many different methods, right? Yeah, right. I mean, look, there are so many methods. So I'm not going to say if the ideas that I just said, they are correct or not. Yeah, only history will tell you if those methods, they are correct or not. Okay, right? Of course, there are so many things that you can do, right? You can do some more like education. Try to generalize education. Giving more subsidies or transfer payments to the vulnerable groups, etc., etc. right? Yeah, there's so many things that you can do. You can do it the extreme way, or you can do it, you know, the other way. Okay, right? Yeah. So here, look, when we talk about economics, it's very difficult to just isolate the subject of economics. Okay, because economics is always related to politics and philosophy. Okay, yeah, and that's why when you're choosing your subjects in the university, sometimes you will hear the term PPE. So PPE, E basically is economics, and then the two P's, that will be philosophy and politics. Okay, so it's very difficult. When we talk about economics, there is always politics and philosophy behind. Okay, so many concepts, right? Okay, yeah, just want you to know that. Yeah, so right. So here, this is what we, have just come up with. The ownership of factors of production is highly unequal. Yeah, because some people they have more resources, some people have less resources, and look, and we have explained that, okay, based on the economic system that we have, and do you still remember, like, the three economic questions? What are the three economic questions? Do you still remember? Yep. Okay, what to produce? Okay. Yeah. Okay, for whom to produce? Right. Yeah. And there's one more. Yeah, how to produce? Yeah, that's good. Yeah, but if we are living in a market economy, what is the answer for what to produce and how to produce? So for what to produce, if you are living in a market economy, what the market wants, yeah, or maybe what people demand. If there is a demand, then you will see people, they will make it. They will start to produce it. It doesn't really matter if that is something bad to the society or not. That's why you see people selling cocaine. Yeah, and that's why you see market failure. Okay, because people, they are profit oriented in this economic system. Okay, and that is something really bad. Yeah, when you are living in a market economy. Okay, yeah, and what about how to produce? So how do they produce? Like yeah, in the market economy. Do you still remember that? So now we know as long as there's demand, then they will produce that. But how do they produce that good? Based on what concept? So now we know we are profit oriented. So how should we produce our goods? Yeah, cost efficient way. Yes, exactly. Okay. Yeah. So you see here, it really based on the economic system that we have in our society, and that's why we use different approaches when it comes to economic activities. Okay. If we are in a market economy, then you will see people when they are trying to make goods and services that people need and want, then they will find a way to lower the cost because they want to earn more profit. Okay, but those two questions, they are not the focus that we are trying to find. Okay, in this issue here. All right, the focus is this question: for whom to produce? If you are in the market economy, look, who are we trying to produce for? Yeah, people who can afford it. Okay, yeah. For people who cannot afford it, they get nothing, and that is really bad. Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, so altogether, those two answers altogether. So you can see, this is not fair, right? Okay, what if I cannot afford it? Do I not deserve to live in this world? No, not really, not really. Right? We do have our human rights. Yeah, come on, like this world isn't that cruel. Okay, and that's why as a government, look, we have to do something about it. Okay, and that's why along the history you see some people when we get to this part, some people they strongly disagree about this idea. Like this guy, he didn't like it, and some other people, yeah, they didn't like it as well. Okay, and that's why as a government we have to do something about it. Okay, we have to do something to redistribute the income. Okay, so to achieve a better equality, or you can say a better equity. Okay, all right. Yeah, so this is why we have to use it as one of the economic objectives. It's so important to our economy as well as our society as well. Yeah, right. Okay. Any questions here? Okay. So now you know the reason why we have to put this in a chapter here. Okay, because it has its own reason. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Okay, to something even more detailed. If we are trying to measure income inequality, what kind of indicators that we can use for that purpose? Can you just give me some indicators? Come on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have learned that. Yeah, you have learned that already. Maybe in this subject or maybe in some other subjects. Come on, just give me some names. Give me some names. Yeah, because as a government, we do want to see, okay, like how bad it is in terms of income inequality that we have in our society, so that we can do something about it, right? Gini index, anything else that you might have come across somehow. HDI, well, HDI, that is not directly looking at the equality in income distribution, but indirectly I think it may help. Yeah, it may help. But here, look, when we're trying to directly focusing on income inequality, okay, so yeah, Gini index, Lorenz curve array. Have you learned Lorenz curve before? Have you learned that already? So okay. Oh, really? Oh, that's good. Yeah. But so you just talk about the curve only. Yeah, like briefly talk about it. Okay, yeah, that's cool because this is what we are going to do. Okay, because I'm pretty sure Mr. Quart wouldn't spend too much time on explaining the curve because yeah, that is not in the curriculum of GCSE. But I'm pretty yeah, but that's why now, yeah, is related to Gini index. That's true. So now we are going to talk about this curve. Okay, so basically, look, sometimes you will see people call it Gini coefficient. Sometimes they would call it Gini index. Look, the only difference is if you are trying to use Gini index, you use the number times 100, so that you will get the index. Okay, all right, yeah, okay, all right, yeah. But your coefficient, you just ignore that part, right? You just use that number. Okay, so it's basically the same. All right, yeah. And when we talk about Lorenz curve, okay, the curve is actually derived by the Gini index or Gini coefficient. Okay, as long as we have a serious number of I mean Gini coefficient, then we will be able to create a Lorenz curve. And both of them, they are talking about the same thing. They are trying to show you indication about income inequality in different ways. Okay, the Gini coefficient, they're trying to tell you income inequality in numbers, and when you're using Lorenz curve, it's trying to tell you income inequality in a diagram. Okay, yeah, same purpose. Okay, same purpose. All right, so it looks like this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of you have seen this before, right? So this is the kind of Lorenz curve, okay, that we are talking about. All right, yeah. So before we go into the detail about Lorenz curve, right? So here, these are the essential elements that you need to know first. Okay, when you look at the x and y axis, okay, so this time, look at this, very important, cumulative percentage. Okay, cumulative percentage for both axes. Okay, yeah, for x is talking about total population. All right, and for y is talking about total income. So cumulative percentage means, look, the percentage here is accumulating until it gets to 100. Okay, so at the end of this curve here, that's the total number of your population, because it's 100%. Okay, and here is the same. When you get to 100, that's the total income you have in your population. Okay, all right. So this is how we see the two axes. Okay, the two axes, right? And you will also see at least two curves in your Lorenz curve diagram. Okay, one of them is always unchanged, and that is the line of absolute equality. Okay, it's going to be a diagonal line. Okay, yeah, right, starting from the origin here, right? It's like a 45-degree curve. Okay, it's always like this. Okay, every time when you're drawing a Lorenz curve, first of all, draw this absolute equality line first. Okay, and then, well, you are going to plot the situation in your economy into the diagram. So here you have two countries being examined. Okay, so you have Croatia and also Brazil. Okay, all right, yeah, okay. And when you're talking about how you present the cumulative percentage for both axes, there are so many ways. Yeah, so well, I'm not gonna go in detail for this part because I'm pretty sure you know what they are. Okay, when you're studying mathematics or statistics. Okay, yeah. So sometimes they may use quartiles. Yeah. So quartiles, we all know what that is. So it's like a 25% portion each. Yeah. So 25, 50, 75, etc. Yeah, 100. Okay. So there are 4 portions. Okay. Yeah. Think about your normal distribution. Yeah. That perfect bell-shaped curve, right? When you're trying to find a lower quartile and upper quartile, yeah, it's the same. Okay. All right. Yeah. But sometimes we will use like quintiles. Okay, yeah, so they are quite similar. Okay, it's just using different proportions. Okay, when you're using quintiles, it's just 20% portion each. Okay, so this is basically using quintiles, right? 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. Okay, or some people, they can use deciles. Okay, so 10, 20, 30, 40, etc., etc. Okay, yeah, get it? Okay, and maybe some people, they will even use like percentile. So percentile is basically 1% portion. Okay, so you will see a lot of numbers. Okay, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, go all the way to 100. Okay, that's percentile. Okay, but usually we will just use quintiles for a diagram like this. Okay, all right, yeah, okay, yeah. So now, yeah, I'm going to explain this diagram in detail. All right, so I'm just going to make it very simple. Okay, so if you have any questions along the way, feel free to ask. Okay, all right, so let's go. All right, okay, so let's make it very simple. Okay, let's go back to the jungle, or you just put whatever name you have here, or you can put Gamsan or whatever that is. All right, yeah, just make yourself some very simple assumptions. Okay, so let's say inside this jungle, we have 5 monkeys. Okay, and those 5 monkeys, they always find 5 bananas per day. All right, so these are the assumptions, and you can assume the bananas, they represent income. Okay, so every day, those 5 monkeys altogether, they will find 5 bananas. Okay, per day. So 5 bananas total income. Again, and 5 monkeys, that's the total population in that jungle. Okay, so when we look at the Lorenz curve, look at this. Okay, if we are using quintile, to demonstrate this diagram, right, it's going to be like this, right? Because we have only 5 monkeys in the population, and we know this is a cumulative percentage, okay? So 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100. So 100, when we accumulate 100% of the total population, there should be 5 monkeys. Yeah. So if we split the monkeys into percentage, so you will see each 20% represents 1 monkey. Yeah. And then when you go to 40%, you have 2 monkeys. When you go to 60%, you have 3 monkeys. Yeah. And at the end, 100%, you have 5 monkeys. Okay. Yeah. And based on the assumptions, we know that every day they earn 5 bananas, right? So that's the total income that they have in the jungle. So if we use the same logic here, then we can find out, okay, so 20%, that means 1 banana. Yeah? And when we go to 40%, yeah, cumulative percentage, okay? When we go to 40%, then we have 2 bananas together. And when we go to 100, then we have all 5 bananas in the jungle. Okay, all right, simple, yeah. So when we look at this, and that's why this diagonal line here represents absolute equality. Yeah, here, look at this. When we see the first monkey here, that monkey is having 1 banana. Okay, and when we are seeing 2 monkeys, they are earning 2 bananas, because we know that the first monkey earns 1 banana, then we know the second monkey also earns 1 banana. So we know that, okay, this monkey here has 1 banana, this monkey here has 1 banana, and if we go from the same logic here, then we know all monkeys, they all have 1 banana each. That's equality, right? Yeah. And that's why absolute equality is going to be like this. Yeah? Okay? Alright? Cool? Any questions? Okay? Okay, as long as, yeah, each monkey, they have the same amount of income, then the curve is going to look like this. Okay? Alright? So if you want to show 100% equality, this is the line that you want to draw. Okay, all right, okay, yeah, okay. Any questions so far? Okay, all right, okay, all right. But of course, in the reality, look, in the jungle, it's very cruel. It's a cruel environment, and it's not a very friendly environment where all the monkey, they all have equal bananas. Okay, right? So that's why I'm going to show you some more scenarios. So yeah. So once again, this is the curve we must draw first. Okay, because this is the standard we are looking at. Okay, so this is 100% equality here. Okay. But take a look of this, the first scenario. So what if there's only 2 monkeys getting all the bananas? So let's say monkey A gets 2 bananas and monkey B gets 3 bananas. How are you going to draw the curve if that is the case? Any ideas? Come on, just give me some ideas. How are you going to draw the curve if this is the case? So now we see some income inequality in this jungle. So how do we present this idea in the Lorenz curve? Any rough ideas? Do you need any clues? horizontal line up to 60% of total population. Okay, and then, yeah, so that's correct. That's correct. Yeah, what then? 40% of total income. And then 60, right? Yep. Oh yeah, right. Yeah. So then that's true. Okay, that's true. Okay, but here, look, as long as you know the relationship here, then you will get it very clearly. Okay, so look at this. So this is one clue that I want to show you. Okay, well, Ray is correct. Yeah, but when we are looking at this diagram here, when we are looking at the cumulative percentage of total population, this is how we arrange them. On the left hand side, we want to show people who are the poorest, and on the right hand side, we want to see the people who are being the richest. Okay, so here we can see monkey B is basically the richest monkey in the jungle. Okay, so if we have this arrangement here, okay, it will be just like, look, what Ray said. It's going to be something like this. Okay, yeah. So for the first 3 monkeys, they have nothing because they are the poorest monkey in the jungle. They have no bananas. Okay, yeah. But then the 4th monkey has 2 bananas. 2 bananas here. So you see here, from the 3rd monkey to the 4th monkey, so because 20% represents 1 monkey, so here you can see a big jump. Okay, income, right? 40%. Yeah, so 40% represents 2 bananas, so this is it. Okay, right? So that is what the 4th monkey has here. Okay, and for the 5th monkey, we know, 5th monkey now is monkey B, okay, because he is the richest monkey in the jungle. So, the 5th monkey has 3 bananas. So you see 1, 2, 3, okay, from here all the way to the top. Okay, all right, so that is the Lorenz curve for scenario 1. Okay, all right, is this clear? Any questions? Okay, all right. Well, let's take a look at another scenario then. So what if only 1 monkey gets all the bananas? How do we draw it? How do you draw? Okay, flat up to 80%. Okay. Oh yes, and then you go all the way to 100. Yeah, for both of them, right? Because 1 monkey has all the bananas. So this is how we draw it. Okay. Yep. So So from now, look, I want to look at the diagram. I want to see the pattern. I want you to see the pattern. So from this Lorenz curve here, what do you see? What can you tell us? What kind of relationship that you are able to find out? What's the pattern that you can find out about income inequality? So now you have the Lorenz curve. So how do you explain income inequality? Do you see any pattern? Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's true. Okay, and this is what we are. Right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, right. So because we know that, look, this line here is the absolute equality. Okay, so when we have a situation, the line is further away from this line, then we will see a bigger inequality. Okay, all right, further away from this line, there will be a bigger inequality. So take a look of scenario 1. You see here, now the curve is like this, further away from this absolute equality. And when you look at scenario 2, is even further away from this absolute equality. Okay, all right. But if we are using this example here, you can see there is some limitation, right? Because 20% represents one monkey, and that is too much. Yeah, that's too much. So think about this: if we are using percentile, and we are changing the assumptions, so now we have 100 monkeys and we have 100 bananas. Okay, yeah. If there is only one monkey getting 100 of the bananas, okay, the curve is going to be even more further away from this absolute equality, right? Because you see here, 99, 100, okay, right? So from here, there will be a straight line all the way to 100% of, the total bananas, okay? So if we are able to understand this, then we know, okay, yeah, so the further away from this diagonal, there will be more inequality. But of course, when you think about, in a real life situation, let's say, like Hong Kong, we have, let's say, okay, 7 million people, okay, even when you're talking about, 1% of the population, it's like 70,000. Yeah, so from the 99 to 100, yeah, there are 70,000 people. So if we want to present an idea that only one people earning all the income, then we can imagine, okay, it's going to be, pretty much a 90%, a 90-degree angle, yeah, a 90-degree angle, okay, yeah. If we use that idea, then we are able to imagine that, okay, and that is the ideal visual effect that we want to see when it comes to absolute inequality. Okay, so when we have absolute inequality, the Lorenz curve is going to be a mirror L, okay, letter L, okay, yeah, so it's going to be a 90-degree, okay, yeah, angle like this. All right, yeah, okay, cool. Any confusions? Any questions? Okay, all right. So now you know two extreme cases: absolute equality, a diagonal line, okay, and absolute inequality is going to be, a mirror letter L, okay, all right, okay, right, based on the experiment that we have, okay, all right, okay, cool. All right, okay. All right. So I hope you understand how this works now. Yeah. And well, this is just a homework for you. All right. So I want you to use Excel and try to plot the Lorenz curve for all those countries here. Okay. So yeah. So this is your homework. Just open up an Excel file and then just try to put all the numbers in, and then you try to create a diagram, and that is the Lorenz curve. Okay, so you can see which country who has the biggest income inequality. Okay, all right. So so this is the homework. Use Excel, plot the curves, and try to tell me which country has the biggest income inequality. Okay, all right. Well, I will. Okay, I will do it. Yeah, after class. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay. So so that's Lorenz curve. Okay. So now, if you know what that is, so let's go back to here. So which country is more has more income inequality? In here. Brazil. Yeah. That's all. Okay, that's how you see it. All right, very simple. Yeah, just like that. Okay, but because we were using extreme cases, and that's why, look, there will be some horizontal line, yeah, here when we were doing our experiments, yeah. But in the reality, look, it's not always going to be that extreme, all right? So you will see, look, it's always going to be, like this, okay, all right, yeah, it's more smooth, all right, okay, all right. So, see, in the beginning, I told you, Lorenz curve is derived from this Gini index, or Gini, well, or the other way around, okay, yeah, or Gini coefficient. So here, look, when you have your Lorenz curve, look, you can find Gini index or Gini coefficient, and this is basically the formula for that. Okay, all right. So here, look at this. Okay, look at the numerator. Yeah, here. So saying the area between diagonal and Lorenz curve. Okay, so when we are talking about Croatia, okay, yeah, look at this diagram here. Can you imagine? Do you see the lips here? I know. Do you see the lips? Yeah, like a mouth. Okay, I'm talking about human lips. Do you see it? Yeah. Lips. Yeah. Do you see it? Do you see it? Come on, look at it. Yeah, lips. Yeah, kinda, right? Yeah. Do you see the lips? Yeah. So here, look, when we talk about the, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. Look, sometimes you just have to have some imagination. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Like big lips. All right. So when we are talking about this part here, okay, the numerator. Okay. When we are trying to find the numerator for Croatia, we are talking about the upper lip, the area of upper lip. This one here. All right. Okay. Yeah. So that's here, the area between diagonal and Lorenz curve for Croatia. Cool. Yeah. So what about Brazil? If we are trying to find the area of the numerator, where is it for Brazil? Yeah. So the area between diagonal and Lorenz curve for Brazil, where is the area? Yeah, between diagonal and, well, yeah, and that's why I'm trying to get you guys to imagine the lips, because B here is actually representing something else. Okay, so forget about A, B, right? Okay, but as long as you're following this idea here, okay, right? Area between diagonal and the Lorenz curve that you are trying to find. Okay, right? So when you imagine the lips, then when you're trying to find the number for Brazil, it's going to be the entire lips. Okay? Alright? Because that's right. The diagonal here, and between the Brazil, Lorenz curve. Alright? Okay? So it depends on which country that you're calculating. When you're calculating the Gini coefficient for Croatia, it's going to be the upper lip, yeah, for the numerator, and if you are calculating for Brazil, it's going to be the entire lips, okay, for the numerator. All right, okay, yeah, and then look at this, yeah. So you see the other item here, basically the entire area under this diagonal. So basically, the right triangle. Okay, the right triangle. Okay. All right. So if you use the area between the diagonal and the Lorenz curve over the entire right triangle, then you will find the Gini coefficient. Okay. So that's how you calculate it. Okay. All right. Or you can use this as well. Okay. It's just basically 2a. Okay. But that one is just optional if you're trying to understand more about this curve here. Okay. Yeah. So they're the same. They will get the same answer. Okay. But in the exam, look, like when you're working on your paper 1 or paper 3, yeah, so you are going to use this formula here, yeah, because this is the traditional formula, and yeah, this is just a quick way to calculate the Gini coefficient. Okay, but the reason why is also two-way is very simple, because when you look at this, when you look at the xy axis, okay, the total of them is 100%, so they are both, okay, worth of 1, okay, because 100%, that's 1, okay. So if you're trying to calculate the right triangle here, yeah, 1 times 1 over 2, so which is 0.5. So now here that's 0.5, so it's a over 0.5, and then you don't need me to help you get y is 2a from there. Okay, so that's why it's 2a. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, so that's how it works. Yeah, right. So here, just one question, if you know that, yeah, already. What is the Gini coefficient for perfect income inequality then? What's the number? 1. Yeah, exactly. 1. Okay, it's going to be 1, because we know that the Lorenz curve, which shows absolute income inequality, is going to be this, right? Horizontal, and then vertical. Okay, and at the same time, look at here. Okay, they are the same area, right? So here is a right triangle, and then here is also a right triangle at the end. Look, it's going to be 1. Okay, so you don't really have to memorize the number. Okay, as long as you have the logic with you, then you don't have to memorize the number. All right. Okay, so if perfect income inequality is 1, then very simple. If there's 0, then it is perfect income inequality. Okay, all right, yeah. So yeah, so 0.5 over 0.5, which is equal to 1. That's perfect income inequality. And in the opposite side, when it gets to 0, that's perfect income equality. Okay, all right, yeah, because there is when you are using the same line as the absolute equality, look, so this one here, the numerator, will be 0. Yeah, because there's no area between the absolute equality and your Lorenz curve. Okay, so it has to be 0. Okay, all right, cool. Any questions so far? Got it? Okay, all right. Yeah, so that's basically a Gini coefficient. Okay, yeah. So when you're looking at a Lorenz curve, you are able to find Gini coefficient. Okay, right. So if you have to use Lorenz curve to illustrate income redistribution, how do you draw it? So how do you draw it if you want to use this curve to illustrate income redistribution? So let's say forget about Croatia. Okay, so now you are talking about Brazil. Okay, and the government for Brazil, they have a series of policies trying to reduce the income inequality. So how do you represent this idea in this curve here? So now they have a series of policy improving income inequality. So how would you draw the diagram? Okay, the curve moves towards line of absolute equality. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so this concept here is very simple. Yeah, but usually students, they would avoid this concept here. Yeah, and sometimes they got it confused. Yeah, and you will see some students, when they're trying to explain, look, the numbers of Gini coefficient, they mixed up the numbers. Yeah, but it's actually not that difficult, and you don't even need to memorize the numbers. Okay, as long as you know how you can calculate the Gini coefficient, just use your logic. Okay, then you will not get it wrong. Okay, yeah. So don't be afraid when you see a question like this. You just have to explain what you can find out from the Lorenz curve and what you can find out from the Gini coefficient, so that you can explain the idea of income inequality, or the redistribution of income. Okay, all right, yeah. So yeah, just like this, right? So you were here, and because of the redistribution of income, then the curve is going to move towards the absolute equality. Okay, right? So as long as you are able to get this shape here, then you will get it correct. Okay, all right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So, well, I think, well, we still have like, well, 1 minute left. So I guess I'm going to stop it here. Okay, I'm just gonna stop it here. Yeah. Yeah. So for your homework, yeah, it's very simple. Open your Excel and finish all the curves, and then find out which country has the biggest income inequality, and that's all. That's all you have to do. Yeah. Well, before we go, you can take a look at this pie chart here. Okay, take a look at this. So this is from 2015. Yeah. So it's showing you the share of poor people in the world. Right. So you can see. Look at the yellow part. Yeah, this is like most of the people who are being poor, they all live in Africa. Yeah, because sub-Saharan Africa, other countries in that region. Well, basically, sub-Saharan Africa. That's most of the Africa. Yeah, Nigeria, Congo, Ethiopia, but they are all in sub-Saharan Africa. So you can see it's like how bad it is for people who are living in Africa. That's really bad. Yeah, and then at the same time, look at the blue color. India, Bangladesh. They have so many poor people as well, right? Yeah, and look, God knows like how many years do they have to develop in order to get rid of this problem here. Yeah, but you can see we do have some great improvement in the Asian countries. Yeah. Before, look, I think before there should be more people, like poor people, in Asian countries. But now, look at this. Yeah, we are improving. Okay, so hopefully one day you will see the yellow part, and also the blue part is going to reduce. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, so you can see so many people that are still living in a very poor condition, and we just have to appreciate. We just have to appreciate what we have, right? Just don't take, don't take everything for granted. Okay, yeah. So yeah. So that's all for today, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Okay. All right. That's all. You can go now. Bye. 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 Okay. Bye.